Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Samantha, and I'm back with a different format for my New York Fashion Week vlog because it was really hard to film more than one thing at the same time with all my devices. So I figured I would repurpose the footage that I got on my iPhone for my reels and turn it into a quick little vlog for you guys so I can keep you updated on how my first New York Fashion Week went. So I was at New York Fashion Week for about 5 days, which actually is a really long time considering that New York is quite fast paced and everyone is trying to get somewhere. I stayed at Soho this time compared to last time. The last time I went to New York Fashion Week was about 7 years ago, and I was staying in Times Square. And I would definitely recommend Soho over Times Square any day because most of the photos that I took were against the Soho backdrop anyway. If you guys were following along my Instagram as well as my TikToks, I did go to New York Fashion Week by myself, which was kind of crazy, but I actually had the best time. And this was a snippet of me trying to shoot content on my own, which actually turned out to be pretty liberating, and the content actually turned out really good. I wanted to share a couple of my favorite events during Fashion Week that I got the chance to kind of be a part of. First up, I went to Astrid and Miu. This is beautiful jewelry store that you can get wieldings done as well as piercings and tattoos. And I really wanted to get a charm that reminded me of New York and just this experience that meant a lot. And amongst the charms, there was a couple that I could choose from that were New York exclusives, and so I picked, of course, an Apple because Big Apple, New York City. You see the connection here? I find that the biggest part of the charm of New York City is that everyone is pretty friendly. They're frank, but I find the frankness refreshing. And I was able to meet a lot of people who were influencers and some who were just in the industry in general. That was really cool. So this is actually a snippet from an event that was held by Radar Online. They actually represent a lot of independent designers, and this was one of the designers that they were showcasing during the show. I was lucky enough to also have a day to just really explore New York City on my own, and I share this a little bit in my Spill the Tea episode that just went up, but I had such a great time traveling solo. I was nervous about it, but at the same time I felt like this was one of the few times that I would be able to do this, and I actually popped by the Polen store when I was in town because how can you not? You guys love Polen, so I was actually wandering that day. And I was like, you know, if I stumble upon the store, great. And I happened to. It's located in Soho. And it was really nice just seeing the items in person. I don't understand the straw bag though. But I was able to see a couple of my favorite designs from Polen in different colorways that you don't really get to see in Vancouver because we don't have a physical location. And then I tried some stuff on. I also really like their jewelry. I find it very classy and bold, but I didn't pick anything up in store. I just really wanted to go there to see the boutique, try some stuff on. This Sherpa bag, if you guys have been following my Polen videos, you know that this has been on my list for a really long time. It's always been on back order, and so being able to touch it, feel it, and style it in person was really nice. I feel like the weather gods also really cooperated with me because this was the one day off that I had during my time in New York, and I had wanted to go to the museum. So if you don't know, the Met has been on my list for the longest time. I've always wanted to visit the Met, and I was just blown away. I don't have too much footage from here because I wanted to balance myself between being in the moment but also capturing photos here and there. The museum is humongous. I cannot explain how many times I got lost in this space and just started going in circles. The next day I had some time before my events, so I really wanted to go to Chinatown to scope out the space, get some cheap cheongfan, and mainly go and get the viral hair blowout at Mian Tian Sing that I've been seeing all over TikTok. And I cannot say enough good things about this hair salon. It really reminded me of the salons I used to go to with my parents when I was way younger, and it was very nostalgic. But also the blowout was very good. So if you're in Chinatown, don't skip it. And don't skip the cheongfan cart because it was $1.75 for a whole lot of rice rolls. If you're a solo traveler, I definitely would recommend New York because I feel like there's a lot of people that are in New York that are okay with just doing things by themselves. And I find that as a solo traveler, it makes things a lot more comfortable and it just feels less lonely because everywhere I went, people were walking, people were sitting, having a meal by themselves, and it was just very normalized. And so I headed to my first event of the night. It was at Marimekko's store in Soho. They had just opened the store too, and they were launching their new line of Mary denim. And I found it so exciting to be at a New York City event because I've been following Marimekko for quite some time. They don't have a physical store in Vancouver, and it was really cool to see their products up close. They also have home interior stuff. And then we headed over to the next event of the night. I think we walked about 30 minutes from Soho to Greenwich, and we went to the Alexis Bitar jewelry launch. They were launching a new collection, and it was a full house. There was so many people in that space, but it was a really, really good time. We got to pick out a piece of jewelry from the collection. I picked out a really cute arm cuff that is gold. I'll be showing you on my other videos later on. And then we walked through Little Italy to, surprise, surprise, end up back in Chinatown. I honestly didn't do too many shows during New York Fashion Week this year because my main focus was really to meet up with different companies and do a couple pulls and just mainly do a lot of shoots while I was in Soho. And I found that was accomplished. I was really happy with the trip. If you're ever looking for a hotel to stay in, I definitely recommend Arlo Soho. That was my hotel. I do have a bit of a discount code for you, so look into the description below and you can save up a little bit of money if you do book through that code. Also, on my favorite things when I'm on a plane is actually just being on a flight and waiting for it to take off. I find that feeling so euphoric, and I'm just leaving New York City feeling extremely grateful for the opportunities that I've been given, and just thank you guys so much for following along. See you in the next one. Bye.